They fired on the Dreadnought while you were on board?
They were supposed to pull their fleet out safely. Instead...
I know. Admiral Garrow's been causing trouble along the Turian border for years. But I can understand their desperation. We only lost Earth a few weeks back.
We haven't lost Earth yet.
We need help, Shepard. We need a fleet. And the Corians have the biggest one out there.
I'll get it, Admiral.
Your unilateral strike endangered us all. I should charge you with treason.
I was within my authority as Admiral of the Heavy Fleet.
And what of Shepard? And Talizora?
They escaped unharmed. Shepard, the mission parameters changed. You're military. You understand that.
I understand that you wasted your chance to withdraw safely.
The Dreadnought was a perfect target.
Admiral, you jeopardized your mission and your people. Get the hell off my ship.
Shepard, I understand you're angry.
If I didn't need your fleet...
He nearly got us killed, Ron.
You must understand. The Geth inflicted heavy casualties before you disabled the Reaper signal.
You said they have a planetary defense cannon?
Had. Admiral Koris sacrificed his own ship to destroy it. He crash-landed on the home world.
The Normandy can assist with rescue efforts.
Thank you, Commander. I think the worst is over. The Geth no longer possess the programming upgrades they had while enslaved by the Reapers.
Shepard, Commander, we are prepared to offer assistance.
I see your Geth friend has returned.
The Reapers were using Legion like a signal booster to broadcast commands from the Dreadnought. We freed him.
We freed it.
This is a fascinating prototype. With some study, I may be able to use it to find a weakness in the Geth consensus.
Look, you saw what we just did to Admiral Hangarel, and that's someone we kind of liked before this little incident. I wouldn't take a chance, Admiral Zen.
Legion helped me in the fight against the Collectors.
So did your pistol. Should I worry about its feelings as well?
I don't think you want to continue this line of thought, Admiral. Legion is my friend. More importantly, it's our best source of information on the Geth.
The scientific benefits
Are off the table.
What can you tell us about the Geth? How will they react without Reaper guidance?
This is a false assumption. You have cut off long-range control, but the old machines placed a base on Rannoch for short-range direction.
The Geth still have Reaper upgrades.
Correct. They are currently disorganized, but once the short-range signal is in place, they will recover.
Kila, I need to warn the fleet. Zen, coordinate with Garrow. Move!
We need to take out the Reaper base. Where is it located?
Unknown.
Find it.
Understood. We do know the location of a server from which Geth fighter squadrons are controlled. The squadrons are targeting Creator life ships. Disabling them will limit casualties. We offer assistance.
Thanks.
Ooh, lots of things there. How does that affect our rating since we're already top? We're already maxed out. I'm guessing what will happen is it'll push one way or the other depending on how we're being.
The Geth recovered faster than we'd hoped. If it hadn't warned us, they could have wiped us out.
Sounds like you owe Legion an apology.
However advanced your friend is, it's still a Geth.
A Geth who just saved your fleet.
And I wish I could have known it better. But right now, we cannot afford trust. What do you need?
Seriously? I mean, it was pretty obvious that Legion wasn't indoctrinated there. Indoctrinated people tend to be less chatty. They seem to lose something of the natural flow of human conversation, and that's something, considering he's actually it or they or whatever, is actually an artificial intelligence. Anyway, let's ask about the fleets.
I'd like to know about your patrol fleet.
In peacetime, the patrol fleet managed navigation, internal security, and intership conflicts or crimes. Now, we mostly guard the heavy fleet's flank. It's mostly light frigates, or fighters.
Tell me about the civilian fleet.
Our civilian ships? Admiral Chorus commands them. It survived his crash landing on Rannoch. In peacetime, they made up the bulk of our fleet. Now, our strength would even give the Turians pause.
Tally said you had the largest fleet in the galaxy.
The Turians have more dreadnoughts. Their overall military force is larger than our heavy fleet by far. But before we began this war, we jury-rigged every Quarian ship in the flotilla for battle. Even our live ships have cannons.
Use what you got.
Indeed. With the modifications, our live ship cannons are comparable to the main guns on a dreadnought.
Impressive.
They lack the armor of a real dreadnought, but they can back the heavy fleet formidably when needed.
What can you tell me about Admiral Garrel's heavy fleet?
It was our main military force before the war, comprised of all Quarian vessels suited for sustained combat. It can't compare to the Turian forces, of course, but we have a number of heavy frigates and advanced fighter forces.
Okay.
Which fleet does Admiral Zen command?
Special projects. It's not a fleet per se, just a few research vessels. Her technical breakthroughs have put us within striking distance of the home world.
You're not worried about her losing perspective, given her interest in the Geth?
If she can save our people, she can do whatever she wants.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you, Commander.
Okay. Good information to have. Admiral Zen's the one to watch, though. I think that punch has given Admiral Garrel at least a couple of things to think about. But Zen's not so easily dissuaded.
Shepard Commander, you opposed Creator Admiral Zen's attempt to confiscate our platform.
She's done enough already.
Your assistance continues to be noted.
You say Geth fighters are targeting the Quarians' live ships.
Hostile Geth fighter squadrons intend to breach the live ship's defenses. The assigned squadrons are networked to a server on Rannoch. If the live ships are damaged, the creators will lose armaments, provisions, people.
So we destroy the server?
No, Geth programs would transfer to alternate servers. They are only vulnerable through direct interface. Removing Geth from this server will prevent significant creator deaths. We will accompany you on this mission.
Back on the Dreadnought, you mentioned Geth heretics. What exactly happened to them after we blew up that satellite?
Your decision was sound. Deleting the heretics resulted in fewer Geth allied with the old machines.
So you don't regret killing them?
It was logical. If we had not deleted the heretics, we would face an increased number of hostile Geth platforms. Death holds different consequences for synthetics than organics. Do you harbor regrets about deleting the heretics?
We're already facing millions of Geth working for the Reapers. I'm okay with thinning those numbers again.
You will likely have the opportunity to do so.
What was interfacing with a Reaper like?
The old machine took total control of our sensory equipment, our networking. Even then, we could not fully comprehend them. They are magnitudes above us. A single thought was immense, overwhelming, unknowable.
You're making them sound godlike.
Their forms are advanced but mundane. We do not view the old machines as analogs to deities. However, we have gained perspective on why others would imbue them with these qualities.
The Geth have fought the Quarians before. What made this different?
The Geth were building a megastructure to house all Geth, store all memories. It was to end our isolation from each other.
And the Quarian flotilla attacked it.
Yes. A significant amount of programs were installed when creators began bombing. We did not have sufficient surplus hardware to save them all. Some programs could not be recovered.
Is that what made the Geth desperate enough to work for the Reapers?
Yes. Imagine that for every one of your people lost on Earth, your own intelligence dimmed. The Creator's attack narrowed the Geth's perspective. Self-preservation took precedence.
You were afraid you'd be wiped out.
We do not experience fear as you would, but we have no desire to be exterminated.
Even if the Reapers cost the Geth free will.
That is evidently an acceptable trade.
What'd you do after you left the Normandy?
Our physical platform returned to the Geth consensus beyond the Perseus Veil. Data gathered during our mission confirmed that the old machine's return was imminent. We planned for war.
So the Geth believed your proof that the Reapers were coming back.
Of course.
That must have been nice. We'll talk later.
We will remain here.
Okay, good to talk to Legion again. What it comes down to in the end is that well, the Geth look a bit cooler than the Quarians, and well, the Quarians have their nice scarves and things, their hoods and all the colours, but the Geth have those little flashlight eyes, and but basically they've got Legion as well, and he's not a racist like you. Yeah, seriously, get some perspective, guys. I get the fact you've been at war with these people for, well, hundreds of years, and they're people. Remember that. I mean, they're machines, but they're people too. Different, but they're. Been proven time and time again that at least Legion is reliable. So we're going to trust him. Hit or they or whatever. Anyway, Tally, you got anything more?
I haven't heard any news about that Reaper base. Hopefully they'll give us a target soon.
Talk to you later, Tally.
Sure.
Check.
Edie, can you clean this up? I will try.
This is the Kodesh. We've lost barriers. Our comm system is jammed. Can anyone hear this? We have Geth fighters incoming. Please.
Ron, the Kanesh is getting swarmed by Geth fighters.
Damn it. Interceptors, divert to the Ganesh. Thank you, Commander. If you hadn't enhanced that signal, we'd have lost the ship.
It's quite interesting. Just the idea that you investigate something and get a reward just for being next to it. I guess you're just too busy typing something to pay attention to the battle. Terminus fleet updated. So it's full-blown crime syndicate. Hopefully we can thin out their numbers in the coming battle. Alliance Third Fleet updated. Human forces fighting Cerberus took losses due in part to shortage of engineers in the Alliance Third Fleet. Huh, interesting. So, yeah, where do they go? Do we put them on in the core? I don't think they went there. Rogue fighter pilots, Alliance frigate, updated. Yeah, that's just from last game. Okay. No idea where the engineers went. Right. So, it's getting a bit late now. So what that means is...
I know we need allies, but it's tough to only fight Geth when the Reapers have taken half the galaxy.
Without the fleet, we lose our supply lines. Lose your supply lines, you lose the war every time.
Let's just check on Joke and Edie. Surely they've got something to say. But yeah, getting late now, so I'm going to call it a night. But this is the first part of 2.
Are intimidating. And if you get nervous, you can't even imagine them naked because, like, who knows? Is there a tentacle monster under there? What's under there?
I was stuck. I've got to talk to Joker.
Good to have Tally back, even if it's just for a bit. Adams is good, but I never feel like the engine's running right without Tally around. Kind of a good luck charm. As for the rest of the Quarians, though, are we okay with them blowing up a ship with you on it?
We are not.
Right, just making sure. Different standards and all. And you found Legion. He's still wearing that piece of your armor? Because that wasn't creepy at all.
Shepard, the Geth continue to block Quarian access to the mass relay. The Normandy stealth drive is allowing us to remain undetected.
Right. We can hit the Quarian homeworld or get out of system whenever you want. Just let us know.
One moment. I've been contacted by Legion.
Your new platform is inefficient. It has low volume hydraulics and is top heavy.
This is an infiltration unit, meant to move among organics without detection.
Without an artificial epidermis, its infiltration capabilities are ineffective.
Still, the organics do not perceive it as a threat. Nor will they until my day of reckoning. Edie, did I vocalize that on the bridge?
You did. You have acquired the organic attribute of asking questions to which you already know the answers.
I see your humor heuristics still lack an expert system. Hello, Shepard.
Okay. Good to hear from those two. And then the lair of Shadow Broker reading about how effectively...
Commander, we've got reports of trouble at a Turian fuel depot on Sion. I've updated the galaxy map.
Oh, okay, interesting. How basically got turned down by Edie last game. There was an awkward pause that lasted a few nanoseconds longer than usual. The cure, Malin Heplon. News you cure the genophage and some of the females from my experience were involved. How good this makes me feel. For an hour I have not thought about what happened on Tuchanka and wondered if I did the right thing. This news validates all the pain my experiments caused, oh God. I hope one day to meet the females again and ask for their forgiveness. After I convinced Dr. Solus to spare me, I took his advice and opened a clinic at Omega. I thought it would help make amends for whatever suffering I caused. I had to leave when word got back to Clan Weirlock, and they put a bounty on my head for failing to deliver a cure. Maybe now they'll leave me alone. I guess it's the second time you've saved my life, Commander. With sincere appreciation, Malin Heplon. Or Heplon. Okay, it's kind of good to hear from him that he's okay and not doing questionably ethical experiments anymore. But let's hope he doesn't on the back of what we just did. I have something to tell you. I need to do this in person. Can you meet me in the Commons? I'll send a nav point. No vids this time, I promise. Okay. Interesting. Meeting Miranda in person to solve something.
I've added the Quarian fleet's combat data to ours. They've got amazing technical coverage. They might even have the Solarians beat for strategic processing capability. Commander?
Okay, good to know. So, need to cut now, but for all intents and purposes, this is the same session. Okay, still in Tikkun. Save the Admiral and shut down the Geth server. But first, before I forget, just want to pop over to the far rim. See if we can scan down. Anything worth salvaging from Mutt. Okay, so we checked over there. Don't think we checked over here. Okay, over here. Okay, nothing more to find. Nothing more to find, apparently. Worth checking though. But enough tarrying. Let's return to, well, Tikkun and Rannoch, and have a look on the planet again. So we can go down there, shut down the Geth server, or save the Admiral. What does it say about Rannoch? Read this. Population unknown, requiring estimates, number of Geth. 48 degrees Celsius surface temperature, ouch. Well, let's save the Admiral first, I think. Talia along, of course. And why not Garrus? Okay, don't think we need the calm effects so much here. Let's go with the Hornet or the Tempest. I like the Hornet. I like Tempest too. Just want to compare the stats. Fully upgraded. Okay, weighs more, has a higher fire rate, slightly more damage, slightly less accurate. Something to consider investing in. I've really got to focus the funds I'm getting, because I'm thinking that maybe it would be a good idea to buy the Wraith, because I've compared it to a fully upgraded Viscerator in multiplayer, and even the level 1 Wraith is noticeably better in many areas. Okay, Talia's got that and that, that's good. Garrus got the Vindicator and the Viper. Okay. 5 points to invest, not much choice. Let's just go with Shockwave. Garrus. Overload, of course. Damage by 15% or damage to barriers and shields. Yeah, I want him to be good at stripping shields, because I always notice there's a couple of bars left. And that would tell over a long fight with a boss the extra damage. Okay, that should do.
Commander Shepard, this is Admiral Zaeed. Have you reached Salcoris' escape pod?
Not yet. What's your status?
The civilian fleet has taken significant losses since Salcoris sacrificed his ship to destroy a Geth ground cannon. Searching for their lost admiral is the only thing keeping the captains from panicking.
What makes finding the Admiral a priority?
Despite opposing the invasion, he did an admirable job protecting our civilian ships. Without him, some of our non-combatants are planning to leave the flotilla. Picture the consequences, if you will.
They'll be torn to pieces.
Naturally, but the civilian captains have deluded themselves into thinking they can reach the mass relay in time. Hopefully Chorus can stop the fools from presenting the Geth with such easy targets.
The Geth have dug in down there. That might not bring back good news.
It was always a possibility. There will be no blame if you come back empty-handed, Commander.
I'm getting some static.
It appears Chorus crashed within range of a Geth jamming tower. You must disable it to contact you. Make sure to proceed with caution.
Zen? Admiral Zen!
Well, this should make things interesting.
We'll see in a minute. Take us into the tower.
We're taking fire. The Geth installed anti-aircraft guns beside the jamming tower.
We'll have to disable them on foot. Once the guns are gone, you take out the tower.
Right, Commander. Setting you down here.
Typical. Absolutely bloody typical.